And I know that there's been a long gap between my last video and this one, and there's a legit reason for the delay this time around, and that's because I've been reading a lot of comics digitally. I'm trying to figure out how I can work that into a review system, because there was a lot of sales and discounts, like insane amount of discounts that were going on Comixology throughout this month. There was a Deadpool sale, there was a Ed Brubaker sale, and that came out at a really good time because I was reading a lot of Gotham Central, and I was just loving Ed Brubaker's writings. And the next thing I checked on Comixology, there was this big noir comics sale by Ed Brubaker, and I picked up a lot of books. I think I picked up 11 books from that sale. So all of Fatal and Criminal was something that I got during that discount. Second thing that I mentioned is concerned about collector goals and how I'm working towards a particular goal of mine. Here is a quick update. Now, I'm pretty sure all of you know that I'm a big Batman fan, and in particular I just love The Dark Knight Returns to death. And here's what I did to go to my collector goal number 1. This is the first edition that I have in my collection. This is the standard trade paperback of The Dark Knight Returns. Second edition that I have is in the 75th anniversary box set, which has The Dark Knight Returns as a trade paperback that is included. That book, in fact, let me just get it out for you. This is the second edition that I have this book in, The Dark Knight Returns. This particular volume has a thicker paper stock, and the paper that is used is almost Vertigo-like. I'm trying to think of a book that has a similar paper stock. Probably Watchmen, the trade paperback, uses similar paper. So this is definitely a different experience than reading it on a glossy paper. So this is my second copy of The Dark Knight Returns, and just today I got my 2 other copies of the story. I got The Dark Knight Saga. Now I know that this has The Dark Knight Strikes Again, which is so famously hated by a lot of people in the comic book community. But here's the thing, I tried to power through the artwork for the first book, and I gotta say, the story isn't, or the writing doesn't seem to be that bad. The artwork is just too jarring and too cartoony in certain frames, but I think the writing is still good. And this was again in the deluxe edition, so that means this is in the oversized format, and it's really put together well. And I'm pretty sure that Dark Knight 3 Master Race is going to get a similar edition, probably with a matching spine design or something, so when you put them together on your shelf, it's going to look really good. One thing that I would like to show you guys is this is the cover to the Absolute Edition as well, which is something that is out of print for a very long time, and it's really difficult to find it even internationally. So that is something that I have set my eyes on. I hope that I can find it sometime. So this is the Dark Knight Saga Deluxe Edition. So this is the third edition, or the third version that I have the story in. And lastly, I got something that I was a little on the fence about, but I'm so glad that I pulled the trigger on this. The Batman Noir title for the Dark Knight Returns. For those of you who don't know, Noir is a series by DC Comics where I think it's specifically for Batman, I guess. So the entire comic book is published in the black and white format. Some people really prefer their comics in this fashion. I'm not a big fan of the black and white, but this does remind me a lot of Sin City, which is also by Frank Miller. So it's really cool to have this in your collection if you are a big Frank Miller fan or a big Sin City fan. This is really interesting. What I also want to show you guys is that the deluxe editions, we all know, are larger editions, and they are oversized. They have oversized pages, but check this out. The Noir edition is even bigger than the deluxe edition. I don't know why they did that. but the Noir line has pages that are even bigger than. All right, let me show you. Yeah, that's better. It's bigger for some reason. I don't know why they did that, but hey, that just gave me another excuse to buy the story in another version. Also, I have the digital singles that were available on Comixology. I think on the 30th anniversary of The Dark Knight Returns, there was a big sale, 60% off or something of that sort. I bought all of the digital singles. So that's the 5th version that I have this comic in. I am really looking forward to the day that I get my hands on the Absolute or some of the singles that are available on eBay or some of these other sites. So this was my big step forward, I would say, towards my first collector goal, that was to get this particular story, The Dark Knight Returns, which I love so much, in as many editions and in as many versions that I can. So that was that, and let me show you some of the other books that I got in this month. I picked up Batman Black and White Volume 2. And with this, I finished my Black and White series. I just missed this one for some reason. Crossword Mallard in Orbit didn't have it, so I had to order this from Amazon. Batman Black and White is a fantastic series. I mean, it's just awesome. If you're a Batman fan, go ahead, check this out. This will move you to tears. This will like leave you astonished as to how some creators can, with just 5 to 6 pages, they can blow you away as a reader. This is just some powerful and some heavy, emotionally heavy stuff. It hits you in the backfields. All of this, it's awesome. And as I mentioned before, I was reading Gotham Central. So this is volume 2, I believe, and this is volume 1. Okay, so I think I've covered everything that I wanted to cover in this video. I told you what I was reading. I also showed you a few books and my Dark Knight Returns collector goal progress. Thank you. I will leave you with this short 10-12 second video that I made of the Dark Knight 3 Master Race, issue number 3, I believe. It has this Superman panel which I really loved, so I made a short video about it. Let me know what you guys think about that too. Alright, so that was it for this video. I will see you again next time, folks. Till then, goodbye.